Everyone has been wondering whether or not the Ghost Queen skin is worth it in Clash of Clans for all of those mashup medals, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down the exact value of the Ghost Queen skin so you guys can determine whether or not it's worth it. I'm also going to be giving you my recommendations on what you should use your mashup medals on, as well as talking about whether the mashup medals in the shop are a good value or not. This is going to be a complete guide with all considerations, so get ready. Now the thing that we all want to know is whether or not the Ghost Queen skin is worth it to invest into. Now, even though the Ghost Queen skin does not have a set dollar value associated with it, I went to Seth Gaming, who is the #1 authority in Clash of Clans skins and sceneries, and he said since it was a legendary skin, it would most likely be worth $10. But how much are mashup medals worth in terms of real life money? Well, looking at the shop offers right now, we're getting a minimum rate of 250 mashup medals per every dollar that we spend. That would put us at 2,500 mashup medals for $10. And if we take a look at the Ghost Queen skin, she costs a lot more than that. In fact, at this rate, the Ghost Queen skin would be costing you $18.60, which is a really expensive skin. But what if we calculated this value in another way? Instead of using actual dollars, what if we used the gem conversion rate instead? The Book of Heroes is the best gem value in Clash of Clans if you're not using the Goblin Builder, but a little bit more on that later. And the Book of Heroes costs about 500 gems per use. Now the Book of Heroes in the mashup medals costs about 980 gems, so we're getting about 1 gem equals about 2 mashup medals, around that rate. At this rate, the Ghost Queen skin would cost an equivalent of 2,372 gems, which is close to the $20 value in the shop. Now, as you can see, the Ghost Queen skin is extremely expensive in terms of how much money or gems you'd have to pay, but what about the cost in terms of the days you'd be giving up? You can get 3 books of heroes or books of fightings from the mashup medal shop, and if that is the case, as a higher town hall level player, you could be easily throwing away a month and a half's worth of upgrades by getting this skin. So all of this being said, the Ghost Queen skin isn't worth it now, is it? Well, not really. Let me explain. Now, I got all of this footage of the Ghost Queen skin from Seth Gaming himself, so big shout out to him. But you see all of these animations, all of these cool little effects, these sound effects, all of these things that you're getting with the Ghost Queen skin, you will never ever get that for free again, unless Supercell decides to throw us a bone sometime in the near future. And if they do, they're going to be throwing everybody the bone, right? You're not going to get these things all the time. So as a free-to-play player, for you to get this skin is a really big deal, because you're not going to get many legendary skins at all in the future. And because people are having a debate on whether or not to get this skin, not as many people are going to convert, especially due to the fact that it has really bad value. So I think this is going to be a pretty rare skin overall. So for free-to-play players, if you really like this skin and you don't mind being over 40 days behind on your upgrades and your time to max, then you really should consider this skin, because it's going to last longer than any single book upgrade, any single lab upgrade, or even a hero upgrade. But for anyone who isn't completely invested in the emotion and the cosmetics that are involved with the Ghost Queen skin, it has to be said, it is terrible value. Even if you were buying the skin on its own, it's pretty bad value, let alone having to give away over a month's worth of upgrades that you can get otherwise. So now that we know the Queen is not the best value for your mashup medals, what should you get instead? Now, you guys know that I always say that the Book of Heroes is absolutely crazy value, and nothing here is different. The Book of Heroes is really good, and as long as you have 7-day upgrades to do, you should be buying all 3 books of heroes. This leaves you with just over 2,200 medals left, so you should get the Book of Building or the Book of Fighting, depending on where you can get the best value. And then you can grab a research potion and end it off with a clock tower potion if you still need auto, or you can just get a training potion and a few resources instead. This lets you get 3 additional hero upgrades this month, but it also lets you do another long upgrade. And on top of that, you get to abuse 1 research potion with the fact that you get double value out of the research potions with the Goblin Builder and Goblin Researcher event that is running right now. So this is the type of combination that will really help you super boost your progression, and rushers, this is the combination that you want. Now, if you are in later town hall levels and your heroes are close to max, or maybe they are maxed, then you just want to get 3 books straight up, either 2 books of building and a book of fighting, or 3 books of building or 3 books of fighting, whatever the combination is to make up for where you are lacking. If your heroes are already maxed all the way, you just want those 3 books, and this is going to be extremely good value for you and allow you to get a lot of work done. Now there's also other considerations to make, because if you're a player that is below Town Hall level 14, you actually don't have a lot of really good magic item value. Below Town Hall 13 is actually pretty abysmal magic item value, so you don't want to be buying books of building and books of fighting if you are below those levels, because you're just going to be wasting your mashup medals. What you want to do instead is you want to buy all 3 of those books of heroes, and then you want to buy 3 builder potions and then 2 research potions. Doing this allows you to get a little bit more hero upgrade time by using those builder potions, and then after this it allows you to once again gain the goblin researcher by using those 2 research potions. Now the 4th scenario, if you are Town Hall 11 or below, you actually don't want to buy any books of heroes at all, and the reason for that is because you don't have efficient upgrades on your books of heroes to be able to use them to a good level. This is with the exception though that your Grand Warden is not above level 16. If it is above level 16, then this is actually pretty decent value for you to be using the books of heroes. Since this is the case, the best option for you is to literally just buy all builder potions and then only use them when you're upgrading your heroes, so you can steal some of that hero upgrade time, and this will be the most efficient way for you to go about things. These are the 4 combinations that I would recommend for all players depending on where you are. The first combination is of course the best overall combination. The second combination is for players who have maxed heroes or close to max heroes. The third combination is for players who are Town Hall 13 and below, and the 4th combination is players who are Town Hall 11 and below. Okay, now we need to talk about the mashup medal deals that are in the shop. Now if you don't spend any money in the game and you don't really care about how the efficiency works on the shop deals, then you can go ahead and skip to this timestamp right here, and then we'll see you there. For the rest of you that are here, let's start to approximate the value of the mashup medals. Since 1,000 mashup medals can get you a book of heroes, 1,000 mashup medals should be considered $5 worth. Now as you can see in the shop, you can get 1,000 mashup medals for $4, so in that case it is worth it and you do get a good conversion rate. However, there's a really important caveat to consider here. Since there are only 3 books of heroes that you can buy anyway, or books of fighting or books of building, it actually isn't that worth it to you, because you could get a bunch of mashup medals from the free challenges themselves, and then you'll buy the books of heroes that way. You can't actually game anymore by spending more money. Additionally, all you need to do is just wait, and then you can spend $5 and then wait, and worst case you can buy the gems if you don't have offers from the shop already, and you can just get additional books of heroes every single week. Sure, you could go ahead and just buy books of building and books of fighting from the mashup medals shop, but let's be honest, that's really not the most efficient way for you to use your gems, and on top of that, there are going to be shop offers that are much better value anyways. Also, one of the biggest downsides to using mashup medals in the first place is the fact that you're not allowed to stack your magic items. So one of the biggest benefits of being able to buy magic items from the shop is the fact that they stack. So if you're a max player even and you're just waiting for the next update, you can stack a bunch of magic items, but you actually can't do this with the mashup medals. So why would you spend extra money to go ahead and buy magic items that would just be available, you know, in another week or 2 at a better rate that you would be able to stack if you bought them at a better rate later on? Why would you buy them early on? It actually doesn't make any sense at all. Now, this offer on the screen right now though is really worth it, and unfortunately by the time you guys see this video, this offer is going to be gone, but I'm just letting you know right now, just in case you see something like this again. The thing that really makes this offer worth it is the fact that you get 2 books, one for $3.50 each. That's a book of heroes and a book of building, which is really good value. And on top of that, you get 800 mashup medals, which you can use to, you know, contribute toward another book. So this is a really good option. Even without the mashup medals, I would say you should get an offer like this. So with the mashup medals, it's a no-brainer, right? But once again, hopefully there's another set of offers that come around. If you are looking to spend, you should be able to get something like this, and that would be a really good use of your money. Okay, so at this point, I've literally done all the math that I possibly could for this update thus far, but I still need to emphasize some of the aspects of the update, specifically the fact that farming is the most overpowered it has been in. I don't even remember the last time farming was this powerful. With the faster farming, the better Halloween troops, and the additional boosts that we are getting, rushers, this is our time. This is the moment where you really need to dial in and get as many upgrades, get as many walls, get as many things out of the way, and I will be personally doing this on the Let's Play account. You guys are gonna see it. This is the time where you want to get ahead and you want to catch up on a bunch of things that you weren't able to before. In fact, I would say for a lot of players, it would be worth it for you to rush forward and get to the next town hall level a little bit earlier so that you can take advantage of all of these events and all of these reductions that we're getting at the moment. This is something that you don't want to miss. One of these special events is the Goblin Builder, and if you're like most people, the gem cost is killing your motivation to take part in this event at all. But you'd be missing out a lot by doing this, and if you don't believe what I have to say, check out this video right here because it's going to give you all the proof you need to empty your gems out on the Goblin Builder and Goblin Researcher.